Assalamu alaikum and welcome back. Mahmoud from Nigeria?
Nigeria, yes.
Yes, Mahmoud. Yes, Akhi, what's your question?
Yes. It is permissible to allow your wife to go to work or school while the school is combined with both male and female genders.
Okay. Any more questions?
What are the position of the husband?
Okay. Any more questions?
Yes. The second question, what dua can I recite in order to separate myself and my family from a bad neighbor? It's a kafir. And the neighbor is disturbing me and is threatening the life of my children. They are not living in peace. So the neighbor is a kafir.
Okay.
So I want that neighbor to relocate because the land is not belong to him.
Okay, I will answer you, inshallah.
Okay, mashallah.
Nadia from Saudi Arabia.
Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Sheikh, I have 3 questions.
Yes.
My question number 1 is regarding prayer, Friday prayer. Actually, I know about the other prayers that I have heard many times from you that if the person reaches even at the end, he should join the imam, even in the last sujood. But I just want to ask about Friday prayer. For example, if a person knows from the home, just the home is in front of mosque, that he already missed the second rakah also almost, but he can join like in sujood. So he should go to the mosque or he should pray Zuhr prayer at the home.
Okay.
My second question is about ihram. Someone asked me about this, that if a woman, after wearing ihram, if she put the lotion or cream which is perfumed, does she has to give the kafara, or if it is without perfume, is it allowed any lotion or cream like Nivea or something like that?
Okay.
My third question is about traveling. Sheikh, I asked you traveling without mehram. I searched the hadith and I found the hadith, it's telling like 3 days or 3 nights or 2 days or 2 nights. But I want to ask you that the traveling like nowadays, it's 3 to 4 hours. For example, many countries from Saudi Arabia, for example. So that traveling is also considered under that category, or is it allowed for a woman to travel without mahram if the travel is only 3 to 4 hours in a plane?
I will answer, inshallah.
She's not alone. Many people are there in the plane.
Okay. I will answer.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Who's Zaki? Fatima from Nigeria. Fatima.
Assalamu alaikum.
Salam wa rahmatullah.
Sheikh, I have a question, please.
Yes.
My husband was dead. I'm right now observing my Iddah in my father's house. He was dead. He died in the mosque while saying his Fajr prayers due to the insecurity in our country. A suicide bomber detonated and many of them died. So due to the insecurity in our area where we live with my husband, I came to my father's house to observe my Iddah. And Alhamdulillah, he died in a good way, and Alhamdulillah, he ate his Shahada while he was dying, Alhamdulillah. But the problem I'm facing now is my mother is trying to pressurize me that after my Iddah, I have to get married. And I just had to be living. I hated to see myself marrying another man, that I love my husband, and alhamdulillah, that I had a hadith that was saying, if you love your husband, you can at least sustain yourself maybe from fasting to die mu'mina, and Almighty Allah will bring you together in Jannah with your husband. So I don't know if I say no to my mother, it's like I disobeyed her. And I don't know if I disobeyed her, it's like maybe I don't know if I made a great offense to Almighty Allah or to my mom. And also, that people used to tell me that when I'm observing my Iddah, I don't supposed to watch the television, and I don't supposed to use my phone and so many things. But because whenever I sit alone, even if I'm making my dua, but whenever I think of my husband, I do cry and just. But if I watch channels like Saudi Quran recitations or Huda TV, alhamdulillah, I try to relax my mind. But few people used to see that I have to keep watching television and using my phone. So this also is it also avoidable thing that
Any more questions?
This is my question.
Okay, I will answer you inshallah. Okay, Muhammad from Saudi Arabia, he says that during the khutbah of the Jum'ah, when the Imam says, Allahumma Rabbana atina fid dunya hasana wa fil akhirati hasana wa qina adhaban nar, and he makes dua in the second part of the sermon. Is it permissible to raise the hands and say Ameen? The answer is no. The companions told us, may Allah be pleased with them, that all the companions at the time of the Prophet ﷺ would not raise their hands in the sermon of Jum'ah, neither would the Prophet himself ﷺ. So the Prophet himself would not raise his hands when he makes dua except by pointing his finger up. So he says, Allahumma ghfir lana, Allahumma arhamna, with his finger, with the index finger. Not this way, and neither the Sahaba would say, raise their hands and say Ameen, except if the Imam is making dua for rain. Then this is the only exempted issue, that he raises his hands and the congregation does the same as well. Second question from Muhammad, that if a person makes Umrah and he's in Mecca for a week or so, depending on the visa duration, and then he wants to make another Umrah for a deceased family member. So is this permissible? The answer is yes, but it is not recommended. And if you want to make another Umrah, you have to go to Masjid Aisha, or known as a Tan'im, because this is in the Hill area, and you are in the Haram area. So in order to make Umrah, you have to leave the Haram area to the Hill, make your intention of Ihram there, and then make your Umrah. Amber from Saudi Arabia, she says, is it true that drinking water is part of the Sunnah and when you wake up? The answer is no, this is not from the Sunnah. She says, what's the ruling on making wudu in the bathroom? Because you have to say the shahada, you have to say a number of things as well. This is not a problem. You can perform wudu anywhere on earth. Now, regarding saying Bismillah, when you begin your wudu or saying the shahada, you can say it in your heart without any problem. Abu Bakr from Morocco.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Samtullah.
This is my second question, Sheikh.
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum. So I serve in another company. Sometimes my chief or Wali al-Amr ask me sometimes to sign like I received some, for instance, some mechanical items. I know that, Sheikh, that he want to steal money.
Okay.
But me myself, I didn't get him anything, Allah Shaheed. But I facilitate the way to Wali al-Amr in this affair. Now, after Tawbah, should I return anything to this company, or what can I do? But I didn't get anything, Sheikh.
Okay.
But Wali al-Amr effectively take, but I facilitate the way to Wali al-Amr to take this money. I signed.
And you did sign it out of fear? You were forced, or why did you sign if you know that he was...
No, he didn't force me. He didn't force me. He don't force me.
Okay.
I didn't force me, no. But I signed. But I know he wants to steal.
Okay, I will answer inshallah.
And now after Tawbah, I didn't get anything. If it is possible, because I facilitate the way to him to take this money, I will return back to the company. No problem, I will do it.
Okay.
But I didn't get anything. My problem, I didn't get anything. But
Okay.
I facilitate the way.
Okay, I will answer
Assalamu
inshallah.
alaikum.
Alaykum salam. Abu Hudayfa from Nigeria.
Assalamu alaikum.
Samtullah.
Please, I would like to know your opinion on the issue of sending Friday reminders and then saying Jumat Mufida and Jumat Karim, things like that. I've seen the post somewhere where they say it's haram. So please, I'd like to know your opinion on that.
So you're asking about the ruling on sending SMSs saying Jum'ah Mubarakah.
Nah.
Okay, I will answer you inshallah. Amber's third question, she says that in her country, Pakistan, they have a lot of allegations and arguments about Mawlid. One of their allegations is that it is a good innovation. And the terminology, good innovation, is baseless. The Prophet ﷺ, whenever he used to begin his speeches in great gatherings, he would say, وَإِيَّاكُمْ وَمُحْدَثَاتِ الْأُمُورِ. Avoid anything that is innovated. فَإِنَّ كُلَّ مُحْدَثَةٍ بِدْعَةٍ. Anything that is new, this is an innovation. وَكُلَّ بِدْعَةٍ ضَلَالَةٍ. And every bid'ah is taking you astray. He did not, alayhi salam, make any exceptions. He said, كُلْ بِدْعَةٍ ضَلَالَةٍ. Anything that is innovated in the religion of Allah Azza wa Jal is an innovation, a bid'ah, marduda. It is rejected. So how dare you come and say, no, the Prophet said every bid'ah it takes you astray, but there are good bid'ahs. How dare you say such a thing and go against the Prophet ﷺ? This is okay. The Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, every bid'ah is astray. Umar made a bid'ah. May Allah be pleased with him. What did Umar do? Umar, may Allah be pleased with him, gathered the people to pray behind one imam. This is an innovation. No, it's not an innovation. The Prophet himself ﷺ prayed 3 or 4 nights, Taraweeh. And he led the congregation. So this is his sunnah. But he refrained from continuing for the fear that it would be mandated upon them. But other than that, Umar, all what he did was to revise the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, or actually to revive the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, which people neglected. So he did not come with a new innovation. And they tell her that the Prophet told us about the 72 sects and that we should have mutual respect. This is bogus. This is baseless. The Prophet told us about the 72 sects that are in hell. And you want us to respect their beliefs and ideas? They are deviant. They are in hell, the Prophet said. Only one would not go to hell, and they are those who follow his footsteps and the footsteps of the companions. May Allah be pleased with them. Abdul Sattar from India. Abdul Sattar.
Salam alaikum.
Alaikum salam to Allah.
Hello. I wanted to ask some question of you, Sheikh.
Yes.
I wanted to ask, how is the relationship between human rights and Islam? I mean, some people in Nigeria have been attacked by Boko Haram and the clergyman.
Okay, I will answer you, inshallah. Nigeria and Shia Boko Haram. We have Ahmed from USA.
What?
Ahmed from the US?
Yeah. My name is Ahmad. I'm from the United States. Right now, I'm in Saudi Arabia, and I wanted to ask about Islam, okay? I just converted to Islam a week ago, all right? So I'm a newly Muslim. And I wanted to ask, I hear about a lot of things about Islam, and some people say it's a religion of peace, and some other people say it's a religion of war. So I wanted to know if war and violence is praised in Islam, or it's the other way around and peace is praised, okay? So this is my first question. And the second question is this, okay? If somebody, says that violence is good, can we call him a Muslim? Because I hear that head of a country just praised and congratulated another head of a country for killing a bunch of Muslims. And, I'm talking about the Saudi king praising.
Okay. Amber, fourth question, she says that bearing in mind that the hijrah was after the death of the Prophet ﷺ, so how can people know that it was on the specific date? No, this is normal. Though the beginning of the Islamic calendar was initiated by Umar, may Allah be pleased with him, however, this did not have anything to do with the months of the lunar calendar of the Islamic calendar, which is Muharram, Safar, Rabi', etc. So this is not related, inshallah. Abdul Nasser from Libya, he says, it's been 2 years and he's working in the desert, he's a welder, and they haven't paid him any money, and he needs his wages to pay for his children's tuition fees. So he works out of the working hours using the company's machine. and he gains money and he sends it to his people. Is there anything wrong with that? No, there's nothing wrong with that, because you need, at the end of the day, to earn halal money rather than go and steal. However, when it is time for you to collect your wages, then there has to be some sort of calculation, because using their machine for your interest, it has to have some percentage of the money you took from your clients. Now, the work is yours, but the machine usually has a certain fee per hour. So you deduct this from it, and inshallah, you'll be in safe hands. Mahmoud from Nigeria, is it permissible to allow the wife to go to a mixed school? No, the answer is no. This is totally prohibited. Even if you give her permission, Allah did not give you the permission. Women cannot go and sit with men in schools. Secondly, what is a good dua to separate us from a bad neighbor who is taunting us and our children? Well, there isn't any prescribed dua. However, the Prophet ﷺ allowed you to make dua against him. May Allah Azza wa Jal take care of him. Oh Allah Azza wa Jal, relieve us from our neighbor. Oh Allah, take him away from us. So you have general dua, and there's no problem in that. Nadia from the SA, she says, about Jum'ah, we know that you have to pray Friday prayers in the masjid. Now her husband is late, and the imam is in the final rak'ah, in the sitting position maybe, or in the sajda. If he goes to the masjid, he will miss the salah. Can he join from his house? The answer is definitely not. And he has to pray dhuhr. Whether he goes to the masjid because he missed the second rak'ah, or he prays in home, he has to pray dhuhr, and he is sinful for being late. Second question, can a woman after ihram apply perfumed lotion on her body? The answer is no. This is not permissible, because a woman in regular times, in normal times, she's not allowed to wear perfume. Doing it in ihram with perfumed lotion that people can find the scent of it, this is not permissible. If it is not something considered to be perfume, it is, if it's something like Nivea, for example, or Vaseline, these things are not considered to be perfume. No one goes to a wedding and applies Nivea, for example, so that people would find this scent of it. In this case, there is no expiation. But if it were to be sort of changing the odor and having a good scent and a perfume, in this case, yes, she has to give expiation, and the expiation is to fast 3 days, or to feed 6 people half a sa' per each, or to slaughter a sheep. She says she researched the subject of a woman traveling without a mahram, and she found that there are hadiths saying 3 days, and hadith with 2 days, and hadith with 1 day and a night, and a general hadith. So how can she make up her mind, especially if we know that the distance or the time in airplanes is like 6 hours, 4 hours, etc. So this permissible? The answer is no. The Prophet, as Imam Nawawi said, may Allah be pleased, may Allah have mercy on his soul, that the Prophet, when he answered companions, he was answering them in accordance to the question. So one was asking, oh Prophet of Allah, my wife wants to go from Mecca to Medina, and it takes 3 days travel, for example, on camel horse, on camel's back. So the Prophet said that it is not permissible to travel the distance of 3 days and night. Another one says, okay, she wants to go this place, and he said 2 days and night. And final is that it is not permissible for a woman who believes in Allah and the Day of Judgment to travel without a mahram. And he did not specify any period of time, which means that even if it is like half an hour or an hour, as long as it's considered to be traveling in the community, this is not permissible at all. Fatima from Nigeria, she says that her husband is dead. May Allah Azza wa Jal have mercy on him. And her mother wants her to get married. And she doesn't want to get married because she heard the hadith that the woman belongs to her late husband in paradise. And she wants to be joined with him in paradise. What to do? The answer is up to you. What I would recommend is that if a good suitor, and you get a good proposal from a righteous, practicing person, who has good provision, yani mashallah, he's well off, he can give you a good life, and he has an excellent character, and this is important. Practicing is not sufficient enough. He has to have a good character. He is livable. You can live with him. You can communicate with him, not someone who treats you like a slave and abuses you. Some of the students of Medina University, I'm getting emails from their wives telling us that they are abusing them, wal-'iyadhu billah, and people think of them well. Not to tarnish the reputation of students of knowledge, no. But there are people who have this Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde personality. So no, you have to be careful. If you have both the religious practice and the moral character, the akhlaq, then I recommend you that you go and marry him. She says that while I'm in the iddah period, in the waiting period of being a widow in the mourning period, that I'm not allowed to use the phone, I'm not allowed to watch TV. This is all baseless. You can use the telephone as long as you are communicating in halal, and you can watch halal material such as Huda, such as Peace TV, such as the Quran channel, anything that is halal, documentaries that has no music, no mixing, nothing haram, this is all permissible. Abu Bakr from Morocco said that his boss ordered him in the past to sign over papers so that he can steal, and he did this willingly, knowing that he will steal the money. So is he obliged to pay it back? It seems to me that yes, he is, because he's the one who facilitated for him to steal, and he was not forced, and he had no legitimate reason for that. Abu Hudayfa says, what's the ruling on giving SMSs and greetings every Friday by saying Jum'ah Mubarakah? This is not part of the Sunnah. And some scholars say that it is an innovation, because it was not done by the Prophet ﷺ nor by his companions, so we should avoid it. However, if a person sends me or tells me, Shaykh, Jum'ah Mubarak, I would say, Jazakallah khair, or thank you. I have no problem. But to initiate it, no, stay away from that. Abdul Sattar from India, he says that what's happening in Nigeria and the Shia and the Boko Haram does not represent Islam. Boko Haram is a Khawarij group, and they are deviant. The Prophet called them to be the hounds of hell. Those who collaborate with them, who help them, who gives them a hand is also as deviant. And they are part of the 72 sects in hell. No one would kidnap schoolgirls and keep them for 2 or 3 months, Allah alam, doing what with them. No one would blow up people or kill civilians or even attack masjids as the ISIS, the non-Islamic state, or the Boko Haram is doing. All of these are the handicrafts of the Khawarij, and even attacking Shia like this discriminately is not part of Islam. Ahmed, he claims he's from Saudi Arabia, and he is now calling from USA or the other way around. And again, he is the same person as Muhammad previously from Nigeria, and liars who have no real Islam. They don't have anything that binds them from Quran or Sunnah. They have the audacity to call and chatter and say things and slander people without any evidence. Akhi, we rely and depend on the Quran and the Sunnah. This is our way of life. This is our religion. So either jump into the boat with us to call people to the religion of peace through the Quran or Sunnah, or go join your friends where they are killing themselves, and inshallah they will be annihilated by the forces of Islam. This is all the time we have. Until we meet next time, I leave you fi amanillah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Allah is my heart's speech, your mercy is what I beseech.